And now the focus is on comedy when Jojo Smith introduces an entertaining look at what makes us laugh. From news to reviews and stand-up, it's a funny business.
Hello and welcome to Funny Business. This week we're on location with Britain's funniest TV quiz show, Shooting Stars. And as well as those madcap gamesters on Shooting Stars, we're looking at the video of the first series of Game On and the nuttiest movie of the week with Eddie Murphy. Deep in the heart of the Buckinghamshire countryside, the Shooting Stars team, Ulrika Johnson, Mark Lamar, George Dawes, and quizmasters and show creators Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer are working on a sketch for the current series. Yes, they are the Addams Family. Of course they are, because anything goes on this, the oddest celebrity quiz show on the telly. So, you're here filming on location for the second series of Shooting Stars. What's different about the second series to the first one?
Well, entirely different words are used throughout, Joe.
Really?
All different words, and the second series, when we listen to now, all the guests are squaddies.
Why squaddies?
Because they're more fun.
How do you choose who's going to be on? Just some pretty obscure people on this show.
Yeah, well, we get a list from a swimming pool attendant every week. People who've been in his pool, who've proved to be a lap, doing good dives, good bombs and all that, so he hands a list over and we pick him out of that.
Who's your favourite guest then, of all the people you've had on both series?
Gordon Burns. Gordon Burns
Yeah?
is good. Yeah.
Well, what did he do that was so wonderful?
Lola.
Well, he played you something else, didn't he?
No, he's just very good.
The question is for you, Gordon. You're very keen on testing people's mental, physical abilities and agility. But would you say that you, Gordon, are good at practicing bedroom gymnastics? I didn't put that very well, Gordon. I made it sound rude. Between the sheets, are you fire? Are you a randy little boy? Come on.
So about your favourite guest, who's your least favourite guest? Who didn't work out?
Well, they've all been great in their own ways. They're just different, different types. There's always room in the show for someone who, doesn't. Mark Lamar was good.
Well, I was going to ask you about Mark. How did you choose for your team captains, Mark and Ulrika? Were they sort of, when you were writing the series, the first series, was that they were in your mind?
We had a competition to see who could put the most cash. Mark was the only squaddy we could find who had any acting skills. So he said.
If, during the course of this evening's quiz, you should hear this noise... Don't worry, it's only the factory hooter recalling Mark back to his work at the factory, where he makes corrugated iron. Lovely Mark Lamar.
He's a crafty, And why are you so cruel to Mark?
We're not cruel.
He's cruel to us. You're cruel. You're
Yeah,
a crafty Cockney con man. I've heard you say
Yeah, but that's not cruel. That's just sometimes the truth hurts. Yeah, and they seem cruel, but it's not. We're not motivated by cruelty.
What are you motivated
We're more cruel afterwards, too, especially with the lemons.
Mark, give it a go. Check it up with Ron. Give it a mark. Give it a shot.
How did you write this series? How did you come up with these questions and
That's boxes, man. We go back and match boxes and crisp packets. Crisp packets are always good.
Right.
No, we just sit at a desk, and it's got a format now, so you can just, like we've got to do 6 true or false answers, so, we just think about probably using our mind. Yeah.
Oh, it's a
in
good way.
combination with arms and pens.
And is the duck from above in this new series?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we like that. Everybody likes the duck.
And the crow from below, the vest from the west, and face from the east.
And what about the prizes you give away at the end? Have you come up with loads of new
There's loads of new
prizes?
ones, but we what's it that? We've got an aubergine with a holy message in it.
Right. Where's that from?
Where's it from? It's from the grocers.
Right.
Holy grocers. We had some, we've had a salt people disposal system for firing water at the salt people when they eventually do invade. They won't turn them into brine. It's a hose pipe. We've got hand muesli. We've got spy bread, which is binoculars inside a loaf of bread, so that the people who you're spying on just think you're looking at the action of the yeast. We've got a goal that offers riches, but only delivers poverty.
You have to guess which song it is he's singing.
You got that?
Are you ready, George? Aye, here we go.
I just want to see my name in that, that's all.
And there'll be more Vic and Bob in part 2.
You're not welcome anymore.
And now, all the latest comedy on TV and film in Ian's Corner.
My name is Ian Coyle, and this week I have outed myself. No, I don't mean like that, mate. I'm outside. But goodness, isn't the weather lovely? Far too nice to coop yourself up in some dusty cinema or sat at home watching the latest video releases. Anyway, what am I doing this week? Oh.
I'm here today to ask people for their views on the two faces of man.
But if you do find yourself stranded in front of the old bottle box this week, Dick Emery is your man, or your boy, or your woman.
Well, put it VA, you wouldn't be using that one, would you?
Excuse me, madam.
Miss.
Oh, miss. May I ask, do you consider that man is a mixture of good and evil?
Oh, I think men are dreadful. I was having a bath the other day and I found the window cleaner looking at me with his lecherous eyes. He wanted me to let him in, but I couldn't.
Of course you couldn't.
No, the blasted window was stuck. Oh, man.
Well, as a matter of fact,
Oh, good. Have a look. I'm looking for
excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes, I was.
Tell me, can you recall anyone ever doing you an unexpected good turn?
Oh, yes, indeed. My dear old dad did. He married a 19-year-old wife, up north and left her the lot.
That doesn't sound like a good turn to me.
Oh, we're not complaining, are we, Mother? Hello, Honky Tonks. How are you?
Thank you. Tell me, sir, has anyone ever pulled a dirty trick on you?
Oh, yes. Rupert, my next-door neighbour, did, only last week. Fixed me up with a blind date.
What happened?
A girl turned up. Livid. Livid I was I? I was.
Yes.
And Philip Schofield, once of going live, is now going for gold as he introduces some classic comedy tips.
You just can't get proper medical advice anymore. How could they do it? How could they take Good Morning with Anne and Nick off the telly? I turned on the TV this morning hoping to phone in to Dr. Mark Porter, and all I got was Lassie, come home. She's no use unless your medical problem is a broken leg and you're trapped down a disused silver mine. You know, I think I might have yuppie flu. I don't earn enough. Anyway, that was eradicated when house prices fell. Or it could be that other 80s illness, sick building syndrome. They say that certain buildings make you sick. I think our local pub is one of them. I go in there feeling fine, and 5 hours later I'm all sick and dizzy. Actually, I reckon I caught this in the pub. You take my advice, no matter how much you've had to drink, when the barmaid says she's got a head cold, don't offer to kiss it better.
Richard O'Sullivan finds out what a cutthroat world sitcoms can be, even in the 70s.
Really? You've never used one of these before. You could cut your ear off.
So could you.
Yeah, well, I was sorry.
I won't be able to hear you.
Listen. Richie's used one of these before, you know, on my grandfather. Yes, the one with no nose. Right, here we go now. There it goes.
please, muck you about.
Yes, I suppose it's mean to make a joke of it, isn't it?
God, that's it, but there!
It's not dangerous. I'll prove it to you. Now, I've got a balloon here somewhere.
A balloon?
Yes, a gift from a rich admirer.
You don't think you're going to calm me down by giving me a balloon?
It's the way they train barbers. They start them off shaving balloons.
I know, but this doesn't need a shave.
Now, if I can shave that, I can shave you.
Yeah, but this is totally different. My face is not the same thing at all. I mean, look, for instance, this hasn't got high cheekbones, has it? It hasn't got firm, yet sensitive skin.
No, it doesn't look terrified either. Now, hold it still.
This is ridiculous. I mean, this isn't going to prove anything.
It will prove that I have a gentle touch with a cutthroat.
Oh, God.
I'm looking for the nutty professor. Sorry, do you know where one might find the nutty professor?
A nutty professor?
The nutty professor.
The nutty professor?
Yes. No.
No.
You've no idea. No, sorry. Well, I am actually in a position to help these people because The Nutty Professor is a film and it's out this week, starring Edward Murphy.
Shelley, you've been a guinea pig long enough. It's time to see if this stuff really works.
Yes, he's fat, he's thin, he's fat again. Eddie Murphy stars in his remake of the classic Jerry Lewis film, out this week.
You looking for any kind of clothes in particular?
Spandex! All spandex!
Touch the roll! Touch it!
The trailer for The Nutty Professor is really fantastic. All that.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, right. It's something where, you know, he's just enormously, hugely fat, like a Goodyear blimp, and he takes a thing that turns him into slim, svelte Eddie Murphy, and then he balloons back out, and it's amazing. It's all that morphing stuff.
Okay, fella, what are you doing with the professor's credit card? Where'd you get it? Look, man, I'm sorry. Perhaps you need the money more than I thought.
Well, that's part one done and dusted, but we'll be branching out with even more comedy in part two.
working harder, right guy's working harder, but when you work much harder, woo, so does the right guy. When you're working harder, right guy's working harder, but when you work much harder, woo, so does the right guy. You can't work as hard as new Right Guard with Body Heat Reactive Microcapsules.
0, 8, 9, 1, 88, 75, 88. Let's chat.
I give it a kiss, I did it. And then I give the back of the head, and I take out the way. Honestly, how much?
National Lottery Influence.
Park it where you like.
Forget it all for an instant.
In today's fast-paced world, you don't have time or money to waste. So it's good to know that in over 10 countries worldwide, you'll find cash converters. Your local cash converter store will pay you a great price for any goods you no longer need. Or if you're looking for a bargain, cash converters stock a huge range of goods, way below the new price. It's why Cash Converters is now the largest second-hand goods chain on earth. Where in the world would you be without them?
Last week we went behind the scenes with the cast of the current series of Game On. This week we're taking a look at the video of the first series, which is available to buy now.
Mandy? What's a cup of tea, Mandy? Mandy? You all right? Oh my God.
I'm sorry they didn't have any letters.
You think there'll be like a huge market for this? Obviously, 5 million watches per series.
A lot of people, when they come on
Does
the
that
series,
video?
when's it coming out on video? When's it coming out on video? I say, well, I don't know, I haven't got a clue. So,
No, you know.
I think it will. So,
Especially with the second series being on. So
Yeah.
a lot of people miss it the first time. I mean, I didn't see the first series.
Yeah.
Then I watched it.
Yeah.
Then
That's
you know,
really
watched
when it
again.
took off, when it was repeated
Yeah.
the first time.
Looking really smart today, Mandy.
I've got to. I'm temping at this new management consultant, and all the secretaries have got to look like Miss World.
Really? So what were the other girlies like in your office then?
Nikki and Belinda. They're super and fabulous, actually. They spend all day talking about how fat they are, although they only weigh about half an ounce each, and they say things like, "You bitch, your hair's nicer than mine."
Do they shag, do you think?
I should think so, Matthew, when the circumstances are propitious.
We first discussed how we were going to play Mandy, you know, how we were going to develop the character and stuff. It was actually really hard because the format is such as that she's constantly ending up in bed with various different men, and to portray that in a sympathetic light is very, very hard. And still being able to like her as a character, to make her likable. I just, so we tried, it was a vulnerability which worked, playing on the vulnerability more as opposed to, you know, being a kind of sex-mad woman herself, to go into these situations where she just didn't want to hurt people and she didn't want to say no. And I think so many females really responded to that, and it like Neil said, it was really nice for me actually to get kind of appreciation about the work rather than, you know, the length of your bloody skirt or whatever.
So you played Stan Laurel?
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with what you plug in now, but I'm just...
No. Yeah, no, that was great because I was out of work, sort of 2 years led RADA, and I've been out of work for about 6 weeks, and I was signing on, and I literally got back from the unemployment benefit office, and I got my agent phoned me on and said, "You've been offered Stan Laurel in Chaplin, fly out to Hollywood next week, picked up by chauffeur-driven limo, flown out, you know, first class," and it was literally, I mean, feast and famine, one into the next. It was unbelievable. Richard Attenborough had seen me in a play at RADA, and it was just incredible.
Matthew, what are you doing in my bed?
Nothing.
You just what?
It's perfectly simple. Just occurred to me, as
as your landlord, to check out the facilities in your room and in Mark's.
Check out the facility.
Yeah, the furniture, fittings, check them out for wear and tear, etc.
So you check the furniture and the fittings by taking your clothes off and going to sleep in my bed, right?
Well, yeah, that's part of it. Going to sleep wasn't actually part of the plan. It's just, I just fell asleep, you see, because, as you know, I got very little sleep last night. And in any case, you've got sod all to complain about, Mandy, because this bed is the most comfy one in the flat by quite a long way.
What?
So if you could just leave the room now, Mandy.
This is my room. You leave it. Now.
Right.
Matthew, am I correct in thinking that you're wearing my knickers?
Me? Your knickers? You're mad. You're mad. You don't tell anyone, man. I just wanted to...
Check out the facility.
Well, I'm old-fashioned. I don't believe in extramarital relationships. I think people should mate for life, like pigeons or Catholics.
If you watched the show last week, and I know you did, you'll know that 4 terrific Woody Allen films, Bananas, Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex, Manhattan, and Annie Hall, have been digitally remastered and released on video. And we've got a copy of each one to give away to 5 lucky winners who can answer this question. Woody Allen lives in which city? Leeds, Athens, or New York? Just dial 0891 66 55 65 and the 5 lucky winners will be picked at random. And in the second part of our Shooting Stars story, we asked Vic and Bob if there'll be a 3rd series of the show and talk to the big baby himself, George Dawes. Shooting Stars?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. What's it like being George Dawes?
Yeah, it's good fun. It's nice. It's very nice. If you do television shows and you're filming, like we're filming sketches today and there's a lot of waiting about and that. So it's nice for the main of Shooting Stars is to just go there and it's over in about an hour and a half, which means you can be spontaneous and, you know, that's nice.
And do you write all your own bits, yeah?
Yeah, I just make them up to go along. Nothing profound about it, yeah.
No, so Vic and Bob don't write lines?
No, just talk rubbish.
Let's meet the man with the scores. It's George Dawes. This evening dressed in a cowboy outfit.
What's different about this series to the first one?
It's mainly the same, I think. There's a few. There was we did a Christmas show at the end of the first series, and there was some inserted clips that Vic and Bob were in, and so they've got that in every show now. Clips round with some Brookside they're doing and Heart to Heart. Very funny.
Are you in these as well?
No, I'm just in this one today. The Addams Family. All 5 of us are in this. Yeah.
Because they're old for a baby today. So have you got different outfits, haven't you? In this
Yeah. The pink one's got, I think I wore the pink one once.
Right.
There's a blue one. There's a copper's outfit, cowboy outfit, schoolboy.
What the scores, George Dawes? Robbie Williams, you filthy girl! Tell your life out and start making changes!
What do you think is the secret of Shooting Stars' success?
You've got basically everything. I always think television, the secret of television is the balance. You've got 4 very low rent, regular people, sort of don't have a lot of ability. And then you have one shining star who just carries the show essentially.
And who would that be on Shooting Stars?
George Dawes, big baby. He's just phenomenal. I've actually seen the show and he's just brilliant.
Yeah?
I don't know where he gets it from. He must be just mad in real life. I know what he's like in real. I know. Have you met him?
I have, yeah.
What's he like?
He's a big baby.
Yeah, I can imagine. Isn't he terrific? Oh, I love him. What's going on there? All right. Hey, Dave.
Right, carry on.
And then he just walked in.
George, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm going to be straight with you now, man. This thing is just cracking me up. I'm chasing rainbows, you know. It's just horrible. I don't explain it because they're trying to build roots through my house. I don't want it there.
You got a little ship moving across your head.
A little ship. Like the Titanic. You know what it represents? Hat. Yes.
But is it going to be a third series of Shooting Stars?
I don't think so, Matt. Well, Mike doesn't want to do it, but we're thinking of doing an Alpine version. And we might be able to persuade Mike to do that.
Well, he's a bit of a yodeler on the
Right,
side.
well, he can't resist Edelweiss. Cuckoo clocks, Edelweiss. Oh, he loves it.
You make me feel like a ping pong ball with a cactus.
If there's not another Shooting Stars, what's in the future? What's after Christmas?
Well, we'll take a circus on tour. Victorian Fleet Show, I think. Mr. Dynamo.
The Monkey Boy.
No, we want to do a situation comedy,
Right.
animated, in a live sports arena with all the ex-gold medalists from the various British athletes. No, we don't want to do that. Wouldn't never work. No, we want to do a sitcom of our councillor characters, Councillors Cox and Evans.
All right.
Gordon, Mark hasn't been kissing your tyres.
I got it in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Just snapped your bedroom gymnastics in Amsterdam. They said if you want to try with lots of tulips, go to Amsterdam.
Oh, I think that they have the run for ball, the run for ball,
Leave it out, mate. That's enough funny business for this week. See you in 7 days' time.